the top 5 worst WrestleMania matches of all time, according to the Let Loose podcast.
I'll kick it off.
Please do.
Number 5, Brett versus Vince at WrestleMania 26. Brett couldn't go. He couldn't go at all. I
He
think
had
he had.
some. He had
I
like a
think he had
stroke, right?
a Lloyd of London's contract that, so he was like real limited on what he could do. Otherwise, he'd lose money and get sued. So it was trash.
I heard he was coming off like a stroke too, so he couldn't really
Oh
perform big
yeah, that too.
a lot. He couldn't really do a whole lot. So it was like a money snatch.
Yeah. Yep.
At 5, I'm gonna have to go Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler at WrestleMania 27. Michael Cole ended up winning that sorry ass match. It was a 14-minute match, and Michael Cole won by DQ.
Right.
How does that bullshit happen? I remember for some reason I was watching that WrestleMania.
Crazy.
That was back when I still watched it like commonly. So yeah, that was a terrible match though. That's at my number 5, worst WrestleMania match of all time.
Bro, I'm gonna think mine is Braun Strowman versus Goldberg because both of these bastards can't wrestle a lick. For real, they just big and goofy for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And I like Braun Strowman, bro, but I like them as his character. You know, his character was cool with Bray Wyatt and them boys. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, you the big, huge guy, whatever. That's the bodyguard, and you know when he came out like that, when he had to get like a speaking role, he just couldn't be that big name, man. That's probably why they fired his ass. You know what I'm saying? But Braun Strowman versus Goldberg, man, probably one of the worst matches I ever seen in my life.
All right. Number 4, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 20.
Preach.
Oh my God. Both of these guys getting ready to leave. I think Brock was going to the NFL.
He did.
Goldberg just going off into the sunset, thank God. So,
Stone Cold, special ref for that
yeah.
match. That made it somewhat interesting.
Right.
He's the only thing that was worth a damn in that match.
Definitely. Stunned both their asses after the fact. My number 4 match, worst match of all time. Great Khali versus Kane, WrestleMania 23.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about big and goofy. This match
Mm-hmm.
lasted 5 minutes and 32 seconds. That is 5 minutes too long. Great Khali ended up winning this match. And dude, talk about Great Khali was just strictly there for big to sell tickets, put asses in seats to see how big this guy is. He couldn't wrestle. He couldn't talk. He didn't really speak English like that. Little bits of English he spoke. And I don't even think he knows what charisma means. So there's no way you can make a superstar of this guy. He could barely even like move side to side. He has no agility, no movement, no nothing. So bad wrestler all in general. But yeah, that match was terrible, dude. And Kane's a pretty solid wrestler, but there's not much you can do with a guy that big and just fucking a big object in the way. There's nothing you could do with that. You can't wrestle with somebody that do absolutely nothing. It's like when William Regal wrestled Goldberg. You remember that match?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was terrible. Goldberg got exposed that match,
Yeah.
and Regal
He complained
tried to
about it
save
years later. He took liberties with me. You big as hell. How's anybody taking liberties with you?
Okay. I think one of the worst matches too was Undertaker versus the Big Boss Man, where he tried to hang him or whatever with the noose or whatever at the end of the match, man. I'm like, man, y'all gonna actually kill this man? Is he supposed to have died or whatever and came back a couple weeks later?
Yeah, he had his crew string him up after the fucking after
Yeah.
them. It's like, man, that shit used to be demented.
Wow.
They
You're
used to put
right.
that shit on TV.
Right. I'm telling you. It's so
Bro,
crazy.
can you thank God it was Big Boss Man that was
Mm-hmm.
facing the Undertaker and not fucking Mark Henry.
Right.
You know how
Cause you
bad that
know,
would have been, bro?
yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. That would have been the
That would have
worst.
been very, very bad.
That would have been the worst, bro.
Granted, you can get away with a lot more on TV back then than you can now, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
still, it would have been
I'm
bad.
telling you.
Vince McMahon used to walk around popping off with that shit. You remember that?
Wilding.
Vince went through his blackface. They'd all look at him like he used to wear do-rags and shit.
when he was
Right.
ECW champion.
Mm.
So my number three for worst matches in WrestleMania history features none other than, as The Rock would call him, the Big Slow. Big Show versus Aki Bono, WrestleMania 21.
Oh
Ain't
Lord,
nobody want to see Big Show in a sumo wrestling match.
Right.
that
Man
was
out there in a sumo
disgusting.
wrestling diaper. No, man.
Okay.
Disgusting fat asses just smacking. Just, oh God, I almost threw up right then
I
and there,
mean,
bro. Excuse me.
sumo's a real
Uh,
sport, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody want to see that at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they made a mockery out
right.
of it though. I feel you.
Yeah.
So I feel you.
Mm.
Yeah, that wasn't cool at all. Number three, Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, WrestleMania 20. You already spoke on that one. That was what I had at number
Mhm.
three. But yeah, that was a terrible match.
Awful.
Not really much. Goldberg gets exposed when he gets in these big matches. Not a great wrestler,
Right.
man. Not a whole lot to him.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Brock Lesnar, I felt
He's
like he
just
was a better.
exciting. He rocks the crowd. That's
Brock
it.
Lesnar's was decent. He was pretty good back then. But I think when he came back later after his return, he was even better. He could do
Hmm.
more. He's been very impressive. But yeah, that match was terrible. It was it was not good at all.
Hey, it's a match, man, that I ain't even think they would even make WrestleMania. This shit should have been on Sunday morning. Ryback versus Mark Henry, man. Man, this is the worst match, man. 8 minute match, and they both was bobbling and fumbling over each other. And Henry just got over whatever and won, beat Ryback up on some goofy shit, bro. Like probably one of the little sumo slams or something like that, man. For real. So, like I say, just man, they had some awful matches, bro. They did good in a lot of matches, but they had some real shitty matches, bro. For real. Probably just because people were just injured, and they couldn't be the big thing. But yeah, Ryback versus Mark Henry, bro, is one of the worst matches I've ever seen.
My number two
That's
is
it.
Triple H versus the Ultimate Warrior, WrestleMania 12. I don't know if you
Ooh,
guys ever watched
I
this
haven't seen
match,
it.
but it is god awful. It's like 3 minutes. Shouldn't have even been on the show. But starts off, Ultimate Warrior gets in the ring, doesn't even get his jacket off, match starts. Triple H hits him with a pedigree. He just stands straight back up.
Oh my God.
No sells it.
Don't sell it at all.
Starts whipping some ass, and then beats him.
Right.
And then like within a month was out of the company. Like so all that worthless.
All that push for nothing. Now you make
Yeah,
Triple H look weak.
made him
Wow.
look weak.
Number two, I had Big Show versus Floyd Mayweather, WrestleMania 24.
Oh man.
That that was horrible, bro.
Big
Right.
slow strikes again.
Floyd
Right.
had the gloves on and all that, and oh man, God, that match was terrible. I couldn't sit there and watch it, man. Floyd Mayweather won that match.
Ugh.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather
The
won that match.
at least the lead
Mhm.
up to it was good, where he broke
If I'm
his
not
nose on
mistaken.
Right.
live television.
Yeah,
Right.
that was a good shot. They did work good together, and
Hmm.
everything was. And Big Show took care of him too.
Yeah.
He did really good. You could tell with how they were moving and all that. But that match, man, come on, that was just too much because ain't nobody gonna believe no shit like that. That was ridiculous.
Right.
I don't know who's in charge of that one, but it was horrible.
So number one, y'all spoke on it already.
Oh no.
Bret Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon, man. That shit was so crazy to see, bro. Like man, I don't even know why they even did that stuff or whatever. But Vince is entertaining as well. But it's just, man, just Bret Hart just beating the brakes off this man, bro. It was just ugly, just a very ugly sight, bro. But Vince McMahon talked so much shit, so I'll be glad when somebody get in there. And I feel like an honorable mention, a fight that never happened, was the Miz and Shane McMahon when he slid in there, whatever, and fucked both his goddamn legs up. That's an honorable mention. That's a match that never happened or whatever. The Snoop Dogg came in there and punched the shit out of goddamn Miz.
Oh my God.
Yes,
How does
sir. That's legend. That's legendary though.
bro, how does that happen to not one but two McMahons?
Two McMahon's for real. Y'all weak in the
Weak
knees,
hamstrings,
boy.
man. All right. My number one worst WrestleMania match of all time. WrestleMania 6. Roddy Piper versus Bad News Brown.
Good
Do you guys
call.
remember this? Roddy
I don't
Piper
remember
painted
those.
half his body black for this
Uh-uh.
match. And neither guy, I can't blame Bad News Brown for not wanting to lose to the man, but neither one wanted to lose, so it ended in a double count out.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
So not only do you get Roddy Piper doing basically blackface, but also a match that ends in double count out.
Right.
Worst WrestleMania. In fact, I think they removed this match from the WWE network back in the day because that's how bad it was.
That would be a very wise decision.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would you
Like,
have anything like that?
I'm
I
telling you.
doubt you could see the big boss man being hanged too.
Oh, you can find
Shit.
that somewhere.
You probably could still see that.
You can
No,
find
you
that
could see
somewhere.
that, but I'm saying I bet you it's not on WWE and on Peacock. I bet you it ain't on
Right.
Yeah,
there.
they probably
Yeah, probably
removed it.
not. Yeah. You
Shit
better.
like that. Ain't no room for that shit,
Hmm.
bro.
No.
Yeah, they did whatever back then.
Number one worst match of all time. I had Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg again at WrestleMania 33 because those two had no business having a match together at WrestleMania, not once, let alone twice. And the only reason that this is number one and the other one wasn't is because at least she had Stone Cold in the other one, and both of these
Right.
guys were younger, so they moved around. Brock Lesnar was still in great shape, doing fine, but Goldberg was just, oh my God. The best thing in a match, you had the spear through the barricade. That was ill. And then
Hmm.
outside of that, there was nothing. Number one worst WrestleMania match of all time. Brock Lesnar, Bill Goldberg, WrestleMania 33.
Yeah.
Done.